So my question is, okay, we know what quirk you'd want. Now, who's the character you respect the most?
Lemillion.
Oh,
bro.
Oh my God. Okay, so we're recording. Manny said to ask your consent because it's illegal to record without your consent. Are you consented to record?
Am I consented to record on the podcast that I'm co-hosting on? I do. Yeah. Why not?
Serious question. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, sure.
Serious implications.
I'm saying we just start learning Japanese
I'm so down. I'm so down.
And started swearing. We just start summing up with like.
Why don't we just? So you know the fastest way to learn a language?
Hentai.
Wow, that's like really possible now that I think about it. You're like, because you're so motivated, right? You're just like,
you're in.
You're just like, wait, I want to know what she's saying. Like,
your full attention is on the screen. Okay?
You're like, I mean, how could you? You know when you're in a classroom, like sometimes you doze off. Like you don't doze off. That is like the most motivating way to.
Your eyes are glued. Your brain is firing all pistons.
Wow. This is like the worst lesson for young kids watching our podcast right now. But what I'm trying to say, okay, so fastest way to learn a language, bro, is to go to the country itself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So go to Japan.
So we gotta move to Japan.
You just go there for like 2-3 months, but here's the caveat: you cannot speak your native language at all.
So I can't speak Bengali in Japan. I mean,
no, like we can't speak English or anything. Okay. But you can't speak anything else to communicate. And they say like that's the fastest. So people learn a new language within a month.
Oh wow. Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's one of the. I had an uncle that actually moved to Japan when he was like 20.
What?
Or
business.
Something.
Business?
Yeah, for a job. Yeah, for a job.
Nice.
He got so used to speaking Japanese all the time that he completely forgot Bengali. So when he came over for our house for food, like it was so broken. I was just looking at my dad. I was like, "You know this guy from how long?" He's like, "I've known this guy for 30 years." I'm like, "Okay." And then he's just like, he struck off the rest, and like 20 minutes later, like he was right back at it. He's like, "Dude, thank God, it feels so good speaking my own language. God damn it, nobody else speaks this language."
Oh yeah, it's such a relief, right? That's true.
Relief, yeah.
Anyways, we've been talking smack for so long,
we probably intro this thing, shouldn't we?
Yeah. So, hello, ladies and gentlemen, germs and worms. Welcome to the official first episode of Anime Gong. Does that sound like a gong?
That sounds like a gong. I'll take it. That was really good. Yeah,
Anime really good. Gong. All right.
For a split second, I thought you did a substitution jutsu and you switched out as a gong and you came right back. Not gonna lie.
Well, I'll take that.
So
I'm your co-host, Ernie Journey, also the founder for Quoting Anime, and I'll pass it off to my co-host.
Manny. Perfect. Yeah. So I'm Manny, aka Manga Manny. Yeah, I'm mostly in charge of the content for Quoting Anime stuff.
Boom. Co-host and more. I mean, you're also my emotional support in life.
That's true. Very emotional.
Which is a lot because I don't have a girlfriend.
That's true. Neither do I. We're both single men. So.
Right, we're both single, so we're basically dating each other.
100%. This is probably the most emotionally
like you're better than any girl I've dated, anyways, because you watch anime. Like.
Yeah,
for sure. Let's just be real.
Sure.
Okay, guys. So look. First topic. I think you had something, Manny. You brought this up to me. Why are sports anime more loved on a general level than like shonen or action?
It's not okay. So anime I don't think it's
general.
more loved. I don't think it's more loved. I don't think it gets enough love. Okay, so let's take it this way. Watching any sports anime, I mean, definitely throw some slice of life anime in this same category, but when it comes to sports anime, you can feel the failures in Haikyuu, right? Remember that scene where like they did their first match and they just got worked, like they just got worked, and they're
Yeah.
just in the restaurant and they're crying, they're tearing up and they're eating they're too ashamed of themselves to eat the food. Because why? Because they believe that they didn't give their best and all that stuff. And I mean, as people, we can definitely relate to that, right? We can sit down and go like, losing a match, just losing in general, like losing in high school, like volleyball game. That's heartbreaking if that's your world, right? It's so much easier to connect to that than Ichigo losing his Bankai and you're like, oh man, I mean that sucks. I don't have a Bankai myself.
You know what? And that's for sure. And I think like. So I think in my mind, and on that topic, like sports anime are so relatable because
100%.
they're actually tangible, right? Because, for example, like if we're looking at My Hero Academia, right? We all don't have quirks.
No, not
right?
at all.
Like we all don't have quirks. So it's like, all right, I want to be this person, but I can't be this person. And with sports anime, it's like, okay, like I could potentially play volleyball. With
100%.
Kuruko, I've played basketball. I actually was on like my middle school volleyball team, my middle school basketball team, my middle school soccer team. So I haven't seen a soccer anime just yet, by the way. So you're like the only sports anime that's missing. But on a general level, I think sports anime. And here's another thing: the losses in sports anime are much more drastic because I'm realizing, right? Because there's zero sum. You get that? Yeah. So for those people who don't know what zero sum is like when someone wins, the other one loses.
Yeah.
Right. For example, in the music industry, there's no zero sum because let's say, one artist is killing it, another artist can also kill it, and they can collab and they can grow together. There's no like, just because one guy killed it doesn't mean another person has to lose.
Yeah.
But with sports, man, it's zero sum. It's like, when one team wins, the other has to lose, and that's sports. So I think the stakes
are way higher,
so much more intense. As a watcher, you're just like so invested in this one team, which is the main protagonist team.
Mm-hmm. And like think about it this way, right? Like compared to like any other shonen anime, in sports anime, when you're on, like when it comes down to like that last second and like you're at 1% energy level, in any shonen, some new power comes out of nowhere, right? You just all of a sudden, boom, you got like, look at Deku from My Hero, boom, he has like a new quirk, right? Sorry, spoilers, but he pops in new quirks, right? He gets to that very last inch, and then boom, new power. In sports anime, you don't have that, okay? If you're at the very last inch, that's it. You get exhausted and you're done, and the match is over and you lose. You can't you can't lose, like as much as you want to pull. Like there isn't like they have that certain level of depth that they can't really pull from, right? And I mean, man, it's so much more like relatable too, because you can definitely put yourself in the shoes of these characters.
What are your favorite sports anime?
Right now, I'm Haikyuu, man. I'm a huge
Haikyuu's just in right now, so that's a given.
Dude,
that's a given.
So yeah,
like second season and part 2 is coming out, I think, right? Do we have a word on that? I'll look that up. But Haikyuu's just fire. Have you watched Kuruko?
No, you've been telling me about Kuruko. You've been telling me to get on.
It's fire.
Haikyuu's probably the only sports anime that I've watched after you've probably berated me for months to get on the sports anime train. Yeah, I berated the shit out of you. Yeah, you did, and I'm glad you did. Honestly, I mean, Haikyuu, like I was hooked. Like I'm not gonna lie, I was super surprised at how fast I got hooked with Haikyuu because I'm like, dude, this is stupid. I'm a volleyball. Everybody thought that. They're 5 episodes in. You're like, dude, let's go. Let's go to the nationals. We can do this, bro. Let's start flying, okay? We're not crowless. We're not wingless crows anymore. We can do this.
Okay, so like for sure, like Haikyuu is one. Kuruko is killer. I haven't seen Slam Dunk. And it's because
I'm seeing so much of Slam Dunk.
So like, Slam Dunk is a classic. Like anybody who I watch to is a true otaku, like is a true anime weeb. They're like, Slam Dunk. 100%. And bro, I'm ready to slam all the time, but for some reason I haven't been able to watch Slam Dunk because you know why? I have this thing with old animation, right? Even though it's classy, but us, like, so I'm not a millennial. Wait, I am a millennial, but man, my like standard for like TV is a little bit higher because we're not born in
100%,
like
100%.
used to
Yeah,
like the
I
older
mean,
animation. Slam
if it
Dunk is
helps,
older too, right? It's it's not
yeah,
like
90s.
2000s. It's like
I'm
I
thinking
think it's
90s, right?
90s.
Yeah,
Origin date is like I'm gonna look it up right now. It's
yeah.
like
I mean, I'm the same way with old movies.
94, bro. Premiered in 94, right? So it's
Yeah,
like, bro, I was born in 91, man. You were born in 94,
495. So like a
bro. Before
year
your
after.
time, my
Yeah,
guy.
damn. We're literally before my time.
So it's interesting, but anyways, I wanted to give the listeners a little bit of intro on us as well,
Oh
and
yeah, for sure.
you know
Probably
what I
good
mean.
idea.
So like
We could
you know
jump
how
into it.
we could go into like how we first met each other and what we think about each other instead of like us talking about ourselves. It's like weird, and then you can talk
Okay.
about Ernie and I can talk about Manny, and like we can talk about how we first met. And
Yeah.
I think that's better. It's like cringy to like talk about. I think it's so like weird.
If it helps, I mean, like mine and your relationship's a little bit more different than everybody else's because a couple things. We're both Geminis and we share the exact same birthday.
Oh yeah, what the
Do you remember that? How do you? Yeah,
bro?
remember, yeah. Because remember,
Yeah,
remember when we first
that
met?
blows my
We
mind
had,
every
we had
time.
we had like a 2-hour conversation of like the painfully creepy similarities that we have as
But we are
people.
so
Like,
similar and yet so different.
so different.
Yet so
So
similar,
different.
yet so
Yeah,
different. But
yeah.
I'm like,
It makes
because by the way, I'm 29 right now. I bet you I think I was 26.
26, you know, yeah, yeah.
So, bro,
25
I
now,
have
yeah.
never met anybody with the same birthday as mine till
You know what's crazy?
till
So me?
26.
That's crazy. I know you, I know my boy Victor, and I know a girl from Tinder that I matched one time.
No way. A girl with the
That's it.
same birthday as ours must have been crazy, first of all.
She's now married, so best of luck
Oh,
to her. So I don't know. Yeah,
wow, that's awesome. For her.
yeah. So I'm like, all right, that's good for her.
And Tinder worked out, bro.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, hey, good for her. Worked out
so
for
yo,
her.
let's continue with this intro. You go first.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like, what you know, it's not like, look, dude, I spend most of my days watching anime or reading manga. I mean, like, it's kind of dope to take. You know, my mom always jokes about I have a PhD in TV. I'm very happy that I can finally put my PhD to good use with this. So this
No way
is
your mom says that. I don't know if that's a compliment or diss. Like,
100% of this. I
it's
am now
obviously a
making
compliment.
with this. Oh, now it is. Now it is. You know,
I mean,
I'll put
we're so
some-
fortunate to be able to make a podcast like this, and we have people like, thank God, like who, you know, we have a company like you got a message today that was heartwarming, right? Like,
Yeah. Oh wow.
I'm so
Yeah,
glad we're in times where we could do stuff that really is like exciting for people. Like we're in an economy where we're able to do things that are not just to survive. Like, you know what I mean? We're working and still able to make incomes through things that mean something to people.
And the crazy thing is, like, you know, like, I mean, like, I guess, like,
It's
feeding
so
off
crazy.
feeding off the great message that I like from the feedback that we've been getting from all of our posts and stuff. It's crazy to think that, you know, like, we're just literally two brown guys that love watching anime, and we found thousands, if not thousands, of other people that love anime, if not
Yeah.
more deeply than we do, and we can talk about like the craziest theories that we've had. I mean, like any like crazy like ideas that we have, anything.
Oh, yeah. On that two brown guy thing, I'm so happy that it's us because I was everybody's so tired of that typical white boy shit. Like, I'm so glad that it's like two brown guys because if I want to bring somebody,
we'll break them all.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding, but it's just so much better to have like people with like literal culture in them.
I'm
like, it's just like, you know, and you're not just like, I'm an immigrant. Are you an immigrant?
No, I was born and raised in Canada.
Oh, you're born and raised in Canada, but you got enough culture from like Bangladesh in you, right? Like, I'm Indian descent. Like, I was born in India till I was like 10, and then I came here, so I can like read the language. You know what I mean? I can, you know, I'm just immersed in the culture as well. I'm like super Canadian. I'm not like not Canadian. Like, I'm more Canadian now than Indian, of course,
100%.
but hands down. But I don't like when I go back. Like, it's easy to like just merge, right? We went off way off tangent.
No, we didn't. India, I mean, anime is huge in India as well. Anime is huge.
Oh yeah, it's getting massive in India. Right? Yeah. Like, I think majority of our team in the next 2 years is gonna be majority. Like, I'm saying 60%. We're gonna be in India. Like, even right now, like one of our best team members, which is like Hemant, right? Like he'll probably be on one of the podcasts one of these days. Is like from India, and he's like killing it, right?
Yeah.
But yo, continue on the intro and stuff.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so like, okay, so the intro
let's-
again was just to like refresh your memory, how we met each other, introducing
Oh
like
right.
how you got into
Okay,
anime maybe, and like telling the people about the other person, right?
Okay, cool.
So they don't have to
how we
introduce
met each other.
themselves.
So we met each other in a very yeah. So we met each other in a very. I mean, we met each other at DMZ, right? Like we met each other at
Yeah,
the
in like a
Roxy Startup
business
Incubator, and you
startup incubator.
And like a business setting. Yeah. We met in more of a very professional setting, and then it was a lot of like after work hours of just like everybody would leave at around 5 or 6, and then you'd be one of the guys to kind of like hang out and just work at a table all the way there.
Yeah,
like,
we'd hang out
here, and somebody else would be
then
we slowly move the tables closer to them. Chris, I mean, just like our entire
me, Manny,
boys now.
Manny, Chris, and like Seon. By the way, these are like the 4 people that would hang out at this startup incubator in 2017 or 16.
17, yeah.
That we 17, okay, that we met at like the startup incubator, and like everybody goes home at around 5, 6, max 7, and we'd be there till like 1 a.m., 2 a.m. on weekdays, right? Like, and so the 4 people that would be there is me, Manny, our boy Chris, who's an anime watcher, but like he's not up to date with the current. He's like more with like the classics. And then 4th is like Seon. Guys, check this out. Seon also has the same. No, he doesn't have the same.
No, he doesn't. No, same birth month. We're all Gemini. We're all Gemini like kings.
Okay, like, but he's June 22nd. He's June 22nd.
Yeah.
What? Chris is the same birthday. Chris is 16.
Chris is. I think.
Okay, but we're all Gemini like a 7-span day. All 4 of us. All our birthdays.
Yeah, essentially.
So anyways, that was crazy.
All of our birthdays coming from the week. Yeah. Yeah, and then we just started. I mean, like you were running a couple pages, then, right? You were running. We did a couple skits as well. Remember, we did.
Comedy skits back in the day. Yeah, we were. Yeah, so we had you in the videos too, like some of them.
Oh yeah, dude! I couldn't remember the amount of times we'd record and like a janitor would come in, and then we'd go like, "Hola, ¿cómo estás?" And then like, we're just like practicing Spanish with these very long videos.
I do some quick. Yeah.
Just like, "Hola, ¿cómo
people do
estás?"
quick maths. I would be like quick Spanish. Like, let me get this in.
Facts, and then we have like lighting and everything, sound. We're just like making videos in boardrooms. Kind of like, all right, whatever, just make skits. All right, it'll be fun. How I got to anime. I mean, I think my first anime that I ever watched was probably on. I remember like Cartoon Network always had like an after hours thing where like past 9 they always play like anime stuff, and like the first anime I remember watching was Gundam Seed. And I
never got into Gundam, bro. I just don't know.
You know what it is? It's an older anime. Like now, it's gonna be kind of tough to get into because it is older anime.
No, but even then, I just didn't like the vibe it like came with. I'm just like, this vibe. It's a little bit strong negatively or something in my mind.
Oh no, it is. It's if the actual story itself is very messed up. You have like 5 like.
Is it dark?
Like, military. Not gonna lie, for a 13-year-old Manny, a little dark. I should probably a lot younger.
And you know me, like I'm like I like even the anime I like are more like positively framed. Right, like right, like so I don't like. I'm not like if you ask me my top 5 anime, Death Note is not going to be in it. It's a classic anime. It's amazing. It's unparalleled, right? Like nobody's written a story like Lelouch v Britannia, Code Geass, and like Death Note and stuff. But
like light and everything.
Death Note is just a little dark. It's on the dark side.
It is.
Right, like it's not like upbeat. You know what I'm saying? Upbeat. So I tend to shift towards like personally towards like My Hero Academia, Dragon Ball Super, Haikyuu. Right, and then we'll go into sports anime, but like Hajime no Ippo.
As a person, you are generally more like you generally like more like fun, positive, like that kind of stuff, right?
I just like it. I'm sorry.
I don't mind. I mean, for me, I don't care. Like, I'll dive deep into the murky waters. Like, if I watch like
no, but I do. You have those moods like some days where you just Like I've seen Psychopaths for sure. Like Psychopaths is crazy. I just haven't seen the latest season.
Psychopaths. I got a Tokyo Ghoul like after Tokyo Ghoul out of breakup. It's probably not a good idea.
Yo, Tokyo Ghoul, you gotta like. Tokyo Ghoul is like I caught up to it, but it's so confusing unless you're like, I think they like messed up because like the Re came in and like I don't know. It's a little bit confusing in the middle. I think like you got to be a manga reader to like really know what's going on near the end.
I've been
Because I think the last season they rushed it, but they rushed it so fast.
They did rush it. They've been honestly, it's been a trend of like, you've been seeing a lot of animes like start rushing into seasons. I mean, we talked about earlier,
talking about rushing. School, right? Like, let's talk about God of High School. Yeah, rush. Let's talk.
Yo,
God of High School. Yeah,
talk about rushing.
Okay,
dude. So I'm reading. So I caught up to the manga, right? Like I'm reading
God of High School.
So I'm caught up.
Yeah.
But like, so rewatching the episodes now, seeing what happened, I'm like, whoa, what? How'd you get here already? There's so much more backstory that they just missed. It's just like boom, new power, boom, new fight scene, boom, new enemy, da, just rapid firing, and to me it's confusing. I mean, like hopefully there's a reason why they're rushing. You know, they might have a deadline.
Dude,
who the hell knows, right?
So you told me to watch. Sorry, you told me to read the manga for God of High School. So, bro, I watched the anime. I'm like caught up. There's like one episode left, I think, and I'm like, you know, when those times at night where you have nothing to watch and you got like a 2-hour window before you go to sleep. So this is where you get wrecked in life usually because this is where the binge starts, right? But anyway, so I'm like, okay, so I'm like, let me just try God of High School, and I land in like chapter like 40, and I'm like, what is this? Like, like Jin Mori's fighting like a guy with like wacky hair, sort of looks like a rocker, and I'm like, this fight didn't even happen in the anime. Right? And I'm like, this is just missing. And by the way, the manhwas are sick because they're colored. You told me this. Colored. That's what motivated me, right? To like read the manhwa.
I thought for me, I thought I'm like, oh, you know, maybe because you know, with older episodes or older chapters, what they'll do is they'll recolor it, right? Just to kind of keep. I'm like, oh, cool. It's probably
that's sick. I love the color, by the way.
I prefer color. Like, this is so much better, right? Because now you can kind of like understand, like get like outfit changes, powers, and all that kind of stuff. Because like the biggest problem with manga is when it comes to like new powers and stuff, like when Luffy is learning like advanced armament hockey, like that glow in the manga is just white. So you're like, what color is that gonna be?
Yeah, I know.
So then you have to wait like 4 months for the episode to come out, and then you can watch it like, oh, cool, it's purple.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Like
that's so like, true, bro.
Colored it.
Right.
You
know what? I'm okay with like no audio and like sound effects and all of that because I think manga you could just like you could do it in your head. It's fine, and I think you still get the excitement and the hype because you know it is audio and the visual experience obviously is going to be better because they're hitting you on more senses. It's always going to be more. It's going to be more, right? But the thing is, like when you're reading manga, your imagination is wilder than the video. You see what I'm saying? So you could make it more intense in your head depending on the reader. So that's good with the audio and visual. One second. Yeah. So and then so it's good with the audio and visual, but with the coloring, it's like it just adds so much because like you don't want to imagine like make up stuff on the color because it's like then it turns out to be like untrue in a way, right? So you're like that's the worry. But bro, so go on.
Yeah,
you're gonna say
my tip is this. So what I've been doing is since I've been reading like on my ways to the gym, like I've been reading more like on travel, like en route. What I've been doing is I've been throwing in music in the background as I read. So now it's like if I'm reading fight scenes, you know, like Good Kid, Mad City will pop up. Or you're like or just like a random song or like another like you know Polaris, which is like the 4th opening for like My Hero, and I'm reading Tower of God, right? I'll just throw a different kind of music just to make it more hype, and now I'm just like I'm reading it now.
That's pretty hilarious, bro. You could technically just put music on, like that makes so much sense.
That's what I did.
Yo, we gotta give that. I'm gonna give that a shot. To be honest,
honestly, do it. Just like find like I use the workout playlist or just like any like dance playlist usually works. Like I personally I like EDM. Like I don't mind dance music, so having like dance kind of music while reading fight scenes, it's so much more intense. Oh my god! Because now you have like you're just waiting till the bass drops, and if you time it properly, it just like new power and the bass drops. So what are
That's pretty sick.
Like, What's going on here?
So,
Yeah.
I think it's my turn. Intro.
Go for it.
Yeah, man. So, how did I get into anime? I got into anime. It started with we're in Canada, right? Me and Manny were from Canada, and we have something called the Zone. The Zone
Mm,
is like we're all on Cartoon Network. No, sorry,
mm.
YTV. We have a channel
Oh,
called
YTV. YTV.
YTV. This is where all the cartoon shows and like the lit. This is the lit channel. You know, when you're growing up in middle school, like you know what I mean, like 7 to like probably like 16,
Yeah,
realistically,
let's be honest. Let's be
right?
honest. Easily.
You're just like that's your life. You know, nowadays it's different because we got TikTok, but back in
Yeah.
those days we used to stick to YTV, right?
Yeah.
And Channel 25, never forget it, Sugar and
Oh,
Carlos.
shout out to Carlos. You know,
Yo, I follow them on Insta, man. So,
I know, yeah.
so anyways, yeah. So, anyways, so here's how I started. After school, like 4 to like 6,
yeah.
some killer shows would come on, like Jimmy Neutron and all that. And I remember distinctly after 9 p.m., like you said, like good shit would. After 9 p.m., good smack would start coming. I can't say swear words, so instead of smack, I could use the word good strawberries. No.
Good strawberries. You should go strawberry in Japanese. So
okay, exactly. So good good shows after 9 p.m. would start showing, nighttime. And the first one that showed up was Dragon Ball Z.
Oof.
Right? And I'm just like, yo, like when you're like 10, 11, 12,
oh, yeah.
and you're seeing like a hype Super Saiyan, like it's just something else.
Dude, when he first turned into Super Saiyan, and then when he went to Super Saiyan 2, I threw my remote because I'm like, what is going on? Like, what can I achieve this?
Yeah.
And then the next day in school, you have kids screaming, trying to get Super Saiyan 2.
Yo, Super Saiyan, first of all, like when you'd watch that, you went in the washroom. I went into the washroom and looked at the mirror in my room when my mom's dresser when nobody was there, and we screamed quietly like this and tried to go Super Saiyan. You know it, I know it. We all tried it at least once.
I still do it.
Okay, I'm not gonna.
My mirror and
I'm gonna tell you a secret, bro. So I used to work out with my boy. His name's Joey, and you can ask him this. So I really got. Oh, you met Joey? Yeah.
I met Joey. I love Joey.
Yeah. So I got into. He's a beatboxer. He's like top 10 beatboxers in Canada.
Yeah.
So I got into what we were in university. We were roommates, and his room was beside mine. So I got into Dragon Ball Z again, just because when you rewatch, I rewatched Dragon Ball Z, just the Buu saga, because that was the most exciting saga to me, right? Just because like the most power and like OP, we need to have right?
We need to have an episode just on Buu. Right?
Yeah, I'm so down Buu saga because like he just destroyed everybody's confidence. Easily. No matter what you came back with, you went to the hyperbolic chamber, came back, destroyed. Super Saiyan 3, destroyed. Vegito ate him up, dismantled inside him, right? Like
this guy had a beer belly and he's working.
Oh, that was amazing.
Dude, you're telling me this thick boy over here is just working everybody because you're just
that was awesome. I like Fat Buu so much.
Fat Boo's so much better.
He's my favorite.
Kid Buu was just literally the cherry on top of like, oh, this is not my final form. What are you talking about, dude?
You ever play Budokai?
I played Budokai.
Bro, I would whoop you in Budokai.
Dude. It's been years. I always played as Broly. I don't know why.
Broly, just because he's savage and the best. But
just like
my favorite character always, Super Buu.
Really?
Budokai? I don't know who I was talking to the other day. And I'm like, yo, what are your favorite characters to play with? He's like, yo, Goku. But if I needed to get serious, Super Buu. I'm like, this guy's a player. Like, he knows. Because Super Buu just had something like the others didn't. Like, I just felt like, like he had an edge or something. Even though I think it was pretty fair with all characters. It's mental more.
But it's definitely a mental thing. It's like, yo, Super Buu's better than everybody. Let's go.
Yeah. But it's all ego.
All the time, right? It's all ego.
Some do have like better combos and stuff. But anyway, so going back to like what got me into anime. So Dragon Ball Z, when I saw it, I don't remember the first time I saw it. I just know I was hooked.
Mm-hmm.
And, like first episode, you're hooked.
Mm-hmm.
When you haven't seen anime, you watch that, you're like hooked, right? You're like, damn it. And So I'm watching it, and I have to like fight with like guests and family friends coming over to like watch it because one of the aunties at that time would want to watch Survivor, right? Like it's crazy. By the way, for all you white folks or anybody who's not used to like the brown
keep going, just keep going. Don't like, keep going.
culture. Okay. Anyway, in brown culture, if you don't know, man, everybody's an auntie or an uncle. If it doesn't matter if it's related to your mom, like
if you met them earlier, that's your auntie or uncle.
Right.
They've known you for 40 years.
It's a sign of respect. Like if you see a lady, her name is Monique, you don't call her Monique, you call her auntie. Because if you call her Monique, that's 100%. Rude. She's not your mom, but she will smack you.
Yo, no. It's just like brown kids always run on the theos that this particular brown person may or may not know my mom or a auntie or whatever. So if I don't respect their say, hey, how's it going? Be the best polite, very polite brown boys that both of our moms have raised.
Yeah.
To this random stranger that we've met 4 seconds ago, we initially have a fear that this is gonna get back to my mom as soon as I get home.
It's the worst.
Literally,
it's like unconscious fear.
100%, bro.
Anyway, so I would have to fight with this auntie because she at 9 p.m. she'd be watching Survivor, and I'm like trying to survive to watch Dragon Ball Z, right? Like it was just such a battle. Anyways, so man, that was my gateway, right? Like my gateway drug, Dragon Ball Z.
So
okay, now
I have a follow-up question. Is Dragon Ball Z the anime that got you hooked, or was it like?
I don't think that got me hooked. What got? Yeah, okay. Go on.
So what's the anime that got you hooked then? For me, it was Bleach.
Oh, okay.
Yo, what? Yo,
okay, so I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what got me, and you're never gonna expect it. You're never gonna expect it. Okay, so now I also started watching Yu-Gi-Oh right after. Right, Yu-Gi-Oh cards were massive. I had like, I would steal my mom's money to buy a pack. Like I would, go to, you trade cards, you do everything possible, right? Like to get your hands on like the rarest cards, whatever.
Hey, my Red Eyes Black Dragon is still my most valued.
Oh wow, you got a Red Eyes Black Dragon? Damn, bro. I had Obelisk. I had Obelisk, and I had Exodia, all parts.
I hated Obelisk. I hated Exodia.
And guess what? So I don't know if you remember this card.
Yeah. Go for it.
Raigeki.
It's
a magic card, and what is a magic card, and it would destroy every every monster on the opponent's field.
Yeah.
So once you flip Raigeki, you just straight attack.
Oh shit. Yo.
Yeah.
You legit. Minute you said you had all the parts of was Obelisk Tormentor?
No. Exodia.
Bro, there were so many. I remember so many kids coming to like our tournaments with fake cards, and like they try to pawn it off, and you can see the.
You went to tournaments?
Bro, we had building tournaments. Yeah. So what we did is we had tournaments. So we had tournaments.
I wish.
We literally made it like so. I used to live on the 15th floor, so the house below me, that was like level 1. So you have to win that house to move to my place. My place was level 2, and then we had like from floor 14 all the way to the 20th floor. You just had like it was literally like Yu-Gi-Oh, where you just had like layers of like people and shit. We did skip because
that's like, so good.
But like so the minute you're at 20th, it's like you're the best in the entire neighborhood. So no one can talk to you.
Wow, bro, that's like.
We did the same thing with Beyblade. We definitely did the same thing with Beyblade.
I was just gonna say the next thing. When you talk about Yu-Gi-Oh, the next thing is Beyblade. So, bro. I traded a guy because I had an eye for it, and I think that's why I'm in business because I just had like an eye for it, and I was like, yo, this guy had a Dronzer, and I traded him because it would I traded him like 3 of my Beyblades because I knew it was a big winner. That Beyblade of his, it was a Dronzer, and I double bladed it. Remember that?
Nice.
You can double blade it. You know the heavy discs, the spark blades that are heavier.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, remember the spark blade? Sparks were like, whoa, it's like a real thing.
It felt so real. Yo, so this Dronzer.
Bro, I used to summon it. I used to like do the thing, bro. We thought like, yo, practice the technique. I just looked ridiculous.
Bro, so much fun. By the way, bro, this Dronzer never lost. Never lost.
Really?
Never lost.
Yeah.
Because I knew that Dronzer, and he didn't have a double bladed. The kid was like a noob.
Uh-huh.
I think he was younger than me at the time, and I'm like, I'm taking this guy's blade. I don't care what I got to give him. Like, I want this. So I think I gave him I might even give him 3, 4. I made the offer so good you can't deny. You know what I mean? It's like Mark Zuckerberg acquiring Instagram for $1 billion, and when you hear that word, $1 billion, no founder is gonna be like, no. You know what I mean? Because that founder, but that founder doesn't have the ability to take Instagram to the higher levels. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, I forgot the founder. He did
do an episode of he was on Tim Ferriss.
Kevin Systrom, right? For example, sold the company for $1 billion. No founder is gonna, in their right minds, when you're first starting your first or second company, is not gonna sell a company for $1 billion.
You're 500 days into.
Right. So it's because not only is that a great thing, but the person who buys it from you has the potential to take it to 100 billion, which is what Zuckerberg did, obviously, right? But what I'm saying is,
I paused. I literally freaked out. I was like, what? I don't know. I can't count that hard. I freaked out for a second.
But that's what I did to this guy. I gave him an offer so good that I'm like, that he has to take this. I just made it so good, and he gave me that Dronzer. Dude, never lost. Craziest double. I think I gave it to my cousin in England because I just wanted to. You know, they're obsessions, but you get rid of. But once you find them again and you play around with them again, you're addicted to it again. I was like, so I got to just get rid of this, and I gave it to my cousin in England. Mm-hmm. But anyways, moving on, bro. So I got into
Man, talking about Beyblade, I remember. So Dronzer, I had a Dronzer as well. So I switched out because I forgot the main Beyblade was called
Dragoon.
Dragoon. I had a Dragoon. I was winning with the Dragoon, right? Then I was like, you know what? Let me switch it. So I switched it to the Dronzer. Bro, this guy freaking launched his Beyblade. It lands just right on the quarter. Broke my entire Beyblade, and I lost. And I was shattered. I was like, bro.
Just shattered, bro. Dreams have been broken. And when you're young, you have no money. This is life and death. It's like, one Beyblade. It's like, how do I get another? How will I survive? What will I eat for food tomorrow?
Mom, who literally bought you a Beyblade, probably not that long ago. In her head, a week ago, but was realistically, let's be honest here, probably 6 months ago. But in her head, it was a week ago.
Yeah.
You go back to your mom, right? Yeah. In her head, you go back to her, you're like, hey, mom, this is broke. And she's like, why you won last week? It's what it is. So, I feel like crazy glitch.
Every brown mom goes, but we're poor. We don't have enough money.
Oh, yeah. Or they'll gaslight you and be like, no, I bought you something last week. And they're like, all right. It's crazy to think, if you look back into it, our early animes that we really fell in love with, like Yu-Gi-Oh!, Beyblade, and everything, we had such trash taste back then. God damn. Compared to the animes coming out now.
Don't say that, bro. Okay, well, that's different. What? Different eras, different animations. Sorry. But, okay, so I'm going to go back to, what got me into anime. So, YTV, right? This channel in Canada that shows all the sickest shows. So after 9 p.m. on weekdays, we'd get, these killer shows like Dragon Ball Z and Gundam and I think of one or two other animated shows.
Naruto just coming up there too. Yeah, early.
So I never watched Naruto on YTV, so I got into it after. But here's what also got me into anime. Saturday mornings was something you'd wake up to and rush to the TV for around 8 a.m. every Saturday, even if
that's literally how I got into One Piece.
Bro, and so my time we didn't have One Piece. What I'd run to watch is Jackie Chan Adventures.
Oh, great show.
Talismans. Great show. Oh my god, right? There'd be Jackie Chan Adventures. There'd be a few other shows. I don't know. Okay, here's another sick one. Okay, I don't know if you remember this wrestling anime. It's called Samurai Jack Ultimate Muscle.
I do remember Ultimate Muscle,
bro.
I did because he had that weird fin thing on his head and that.
Bro, and
Ali Jenner lips, that guy was crazy.
Oh my god, the total coward. He was such a total coward, and with the funniest guy, but had the craziest ability, super overpowered, but super like cowardly, and I think that
Yeah.
was so different at that time because no other anime did that,
Now
right?
everyone's doing it. Yeah.
Who was doing it?
I said
Manhwa.
now everyone's doing it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
now
Now everyone's doing it. Yeah.
now everyone's doing it. Yeah. But yo, I just Ultimate Muscle, Jackie Chan Adventures, and I forget like the 2-3 other shows I'd rush to watch at the. Oh, here it is, Metabots.
Metabot, dude. Don't even get me started on Metabots, bro.
Bro. That
Bro.
really got me into anime. Because Metabots, I got into when it started at YTV, right? And Dragon Ball Z, because I walked into Dragon Ball Z midway, I didn't know about Dragon Ball at that time.
Yeah.
And we didn't have like internet to like stream anything, right?
No.
In our times, we have to like wait till 9 p.m. to watch like an episode.
Dude, do you remember those days where you'd miss an episode?
Oh.
And then the next week you'd go like on last week's episode and be like da 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 da, continuing on. You're like, what? And you're just watching this episode.
Dude,
like,
speaking of that, I know when I'd go, sometimes you'd go watch at 9 p.m. and it's like a filler, or like it's like the worst episode ever, and you can't even go watch the next episode. You're just so disappointed.
I'm not gonna lie, I think that's probably what first started my deep-seated hatred of filler episodes.
Oh my god, because you're like notorious for skipping fillers, right? You'll skip fillers through like a.
The minute I see snow, Christmas hat, next episode.
Yo, bro, my boy. Honestly, I took.
Is it a beach bikini? Next episode.
I took a page out of your book for that real quick, and I started doing that for Bleach because there's no way I'll catch up because I'm just starting Bleach. I told you, right, bro? Yeah. There's no way. Like 700 episodes, and it doesn't have like 1 or 2, 3, 4 filler. It's like 50 fillers, and I'm like,
yeah, I know.
Huh?
Yeah.
So
that was probably the worst thing I hated of being because being like an early Bleach fan, like it's still like hands down one of my favorite animes or just like genre, like just favorite stories. It was tough. It's like because anytime you recommend any of your boys to watch it and they hit a filler, but that filler is like 4, 5, 6 episodes deep, they're gone. Like they're out. They're like, what are you doing, bro? Like this.
And so I'm starting Bleach, bro. It's a little bit hard in the beginning. Like I'm struggling to watch it, right? Until he was fighting like that one guy that I really love. You know what I'm talking about? From Bleach. The Renji's sick, but the guy who's way better than him, natural fighter, natural spirit.
All that?
No.
Kampachi? I knew it, dude. Minute I recommended Bleach to you, like just re-watching fight scenes and stuff, and like just going back to old chapters, I'm like, yo, you're gonna love Kampachi.
Yeah, Kampachi's just like a natural athlete, right? That's what he is, right? I love him. He's not gonna be my favorite. I'm still waiting like to find my favorite, right? We'll see who it is, but for now, like I admire people with like natural abilities to be able to do something. Obviously, who doesn't? We all do, right?
So I'm gonna say prediction. He's in your top 3, if not top 5 favorite characters.
Really?
I'm saying it now.
Damn, that's ballsy. Because you know my favorite characters. You know my favorite characters.
I know your character like arcs, character types that you like so much. I'm like, I'm already like that's a front runner already.
Yeah.
Kampachi, you're gonna love.
Yeah.
Aizen, you're gonna like Aizen.
Aizen. Yeah, I like Aizen. Wait, no, Aizen's like evil, man. What do you mean?
You're gonna like Aizen. Trust me.
Okay. So I'm not even there yet, but he like curved everybody. He's like fake death.
Everybody.
I'm your boy. Care about me. Fake death. Curve.
Dude, he's worse than the manga. He's worse than the manga.
I'm not even gonna. Wait a minute. I don't even have to watch the anime. I could just read the manga.
Word, you can. You know what's great? It's
probably colored by now.
I'm not too sure if it'd be fully colored.
Okay.
It depends on the thing. It's funny you mentioned that. My little brother mentioned the same thing because I got him on One Piece because I've been telling him to get on One Piece for a bit because his favorite character is Zoro. I'm like, hold on, no, it's not. You don't even watch the show. It can't be your favorite character.
Zoro's one of my boys, though. I'll take it.
Love Zoro. I like that.
Zoro's like unanimously loved, by the way. Like by the way, there's like a fight. I don't know if you know this between Zoro and Luffy.
100%.
As the best characters.
People still believe to this day that Zoro should be captain.
People do believe that, right? I don't think so. I don't think he has the leadership capabilities, right? Like I think there's intuition that he just like he has fighting intuition, he has protection intuition, but he is vice cap. So
He's vice
I mean,
cap.
who knows? I mean, he could be.
Zoro perfectly fits his role.
Are you pro Zoro over Luffy or Luffy over Zoro?
I'm Luffy over Zoro because I'll tell you why. Without Luffy, there's no Zoro. What is this discussion here? You telling me Zoro?
That's not true, dude. Zoro
Really?
was gonna be the best swordsman with or without Luffy.
How? He was locked up.
Here's how: he would have found a way out or died.
How do we know that? We only know that now.
Because he made the decision to do that before. When his friend died, when his comrade died, when she was a girl, and he took on the oath to become the best before he ever met Luffy.
So counter argument. Luffy skyrocketed Zoro to the level he is now.
Yes.
Having him on the team.
No doubt.
So he would have made it there. Luffy just sped up the timeline.
100%. Can't deny that.
How fast did he meet Mihawk? He met Mihawk so quick.
I was just going to talk about that. Yeah.
Dude, you're a crew that's 4 people deep, and then all of a sudden you meet the best swordsman in the world. That's unheard of. What are you talking about?
That's literally why we're building like a team for Quote the Anime.
Yeah, you're right. This is like One Piece is a microcosm of what we're trying to do here, right?
Right. I've taken like Luffy's I've bowed down to Luffy's advice and teachings and been like, man, if we're gonna run this ship, it's not gonna be by myself. And I knew that a while back. I was just like building a ship enough where I could actually like put people, like carry people. Yeah. So it's like I wanted to build enough of like a foundation where people could believe in it being something. Mm-hmm. And like so now you're on the team, like I mean, you've been on the team, but like we have like other 3-4 people that are on the team, right? Like it's literally, bro, the same thing for us.
Yeah.
Right. But it's so exciting, isn't it? Don't you get hyped thinking like, yo, we're kind of like One Piece. We're like, you know what I mean?
Bro. Are you kidding me? Like prepping for this thing, I was just bumping anime tunes, just singing, just literally Super Saiyan version of singing, and just like writing down ideas right on forth. Oh, this is again the fact that we've made watching cartoons into a job is probably the sickest thing that we will probably.
I mean, it's not all watching cartoons, but yeah, part of it.
Like, are you kidding me? Like, hold up. What are you talking about here? You guys built a community. You guys built a fan base from watching anime.
Yeah. It's funny. It's
you guys make money from that? Oh, okay. That's unheard of, dude. 10 years ago, what are you talking about? 10 years ago, no.
Yeah. It's not a possibility. I mean, we're not at a place where like everybody can quit their jobs. I don't think we're that close. I just think we have the ability to do that over the next 10 years, where we could employ, certain amount of jobs and stuff. And I think it's about starting it rather than completing it. Anyways, bro. So I think going back to my point of what got me into anime, right? Full circle, baby. Right?
Come back 4 times already.
Yeah, but Manny, you gotta keep that in mind. I think you fly off tangents and then you just keep going and then you forget like where you were in the beginning. I don't know if you realize that.
There's 4 things I wanna.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna come back, bro. So we talked about Metabots, right?
Yeah, talking about Metabots.
Killer. By the way, in university first year, I went back and finished Metabots.
Really?
Because I'm like, bro, what the hell? And I torrented it in 2009 because we had no anime like stream sites. I torrented it and I finished Metabots. Now here's the other one I torrented. Guess what other I torrented at that time and rewatched that I watched when I was younger but couldn't finish. Take a guess. Beyblade, man, I think I finished Beyblade.
Yeah.
Like earlier.
It's tough to watch any of the older, like a lot of the older animes that we've watched has always been tied to like a specific toy. So they literally make an anime to sell you a toy. So it's kind of tough to like fall in love with the story and character arcs and all that kind of stuff. But like when it's attached to a toy, right? So
I finished this one and it doesn't have a toy. There's your hint. And the animation is good enough to watch.
Inuyasha.
Nailed it, bro. Nailed it.
Yeah,
I don't know how you nailed it, bro. But yo, okay, so that anime, bro, I went
Oh
and
man.
rewatched it so I could finish it because I wanted to know. I'm like, the random thought came to me when I'm like, wait a minute, what happened to Inuyasha? I'm like, I gotta finish that, right? And then because Sashomaru is just too sick to like not know what happens at the end. Like the guy is destroying people with one arm. Like, come on, his sword can't even cut. Like, and he's destroying people. Like,
Which
can you
makes
think
no
about
sense.
that? Can we just take 5 seconds to acknowledge the fact that he has one arm, with which he uses a sword, and with that sword he cannot cut. Like, the guy's got to be a beast that everybody's still scared the hell out of him. Like, scared,
Bro,
like so scared of him.
Roll that sword, bro. He'd freak out. Like, given any of our favorite like swordsmen, that sword,
Yeah,
bro. He'd be like, yeah, I'd rather use my arms. Like, screw this. Like, cut an
crazy.
arm off. Like, I'd rather use that as a sword instead. Like, I'll have more power from that cut off arm than a sword
Yeah,
that doesn't cut. It's yeah, how he turned that around is oh Jesus Christ.
like
How he did
that's
any of
like
that
that
is
was a true power of like Sashomaru. Like, how do you not? And like he act like a badass and he didn't care about things, but like was literally taking care of an orphan girl the whole time. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
Right?
And like that's yeah, that's always like the like it's such a classic like anime
Yeah.
like bait and switch of like,
Yeah.
man, you hate him all the way to the end.
Yeah.
Man, just kidding. He's the sweetest guy in the world. It's like, God,
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. And it's a typical like I'm never gonna share my feelings type of guy, but you know he cares.
You know he cares because
It's
his
like
act speaks so
typical of
much.
brown dads.
100%.
It's like total immigrant dad mentality. Like,
Dude, have you heard it? Look,
like
Lars,
I'm gonna beat your ass,
dude, my
but I
dad
do care
literally made
about
a cup
you.
of tea and left. Because he just came into my room. He's like, hey, just keep it a little down. Give my tea and cut it. So
No
it's a
way.
literal example of that. Literal example.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Mad respect. So anyways, bro, so Inuyasha was like, I think my like real like, okay, I think I like anime. Because Metabots I felt like was cartoon. You know, there's a difference between cartoon and anime. I felt Metabots was a cartoon. And then Inuyasha, I'm like anime.
It's more anime.
And Inuyasha is actually darker too. It's not like an upbeat, right? It's like demons. It's like
Hey,
right?
you know, it is, but what they do is they do a really good job to kind of like beautify the demons and
Okay.
everything. Where it's
Favorite
not
character, hands down, Miroku. Hands down.
wow. Okay.
Yo, he's so funny. He's so funny. That's it.
You do,
Hey,
yeah.
he
You
literally
have
walks up to any girl. Listen, I've been looking at you. Will you bear my child?
we do that now.
Literally any
That's
girl
amazing.
with every girl, and while he has a crush of his life right beside him.
Doesn't care. Savage. Savage. Savage.
Till the end. Till
We need
the
to take a
end.
picture. We need to take a
Oh
picture of
my
this
god! And touching Sangoro, what's her name? What's her name? The girl's name?
main girl.
No, Kagome, and then what's her Inuyasha characters? The girl's name who he was crushing on hard.
Oh, dude, I'm blanking.
Sango,
Okay.
Sango, right? Koga
Mhm.
was the wolf guy. Kirara, yeah, I have it pulled up here. So Sango was the girl that he was crushing on, Miroku.
Mhm.
And you'd literally catch him with his hands on her ass, and you'd be like, "Oh my god, I don't know how this ended up there." The whole series, like, and like you're so young watching that, it's just like hilarious. It's like
So
BG, like it's like borderline PG-13 and like rated R. You're just like,
yeah. You're borderline fan service. You're just on the precipice of fan.
it's like borderline etchy and like hentai. You're like,
Borderline. Yeah, like you
as
get
like
you
a
get.
13-year-old, like I'm loving this. I
Oh
want more.
yeah,
Like,
you're all in. You're all in. That's the reason why you're watching. What are you talking about? What kind of crazy
so
stuff?
yo, Inuyasha really like made it for me. And yeah, man, and I think I took a big hiatus off like
Mhm.
anime till about like 2009. I rewatched like a bunch of them and ton of them, but at that time you couldn't see anything with anime as a business. Like it just wasn't possible in people's minds. Like you don't think like those things could be really made for to be careers, right? So I
Yeah,
took it
100%.
off as like I don't want this distraction in my life. Like sort of like I don't play video games right now. You
Mhm.
play games, but you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like I took it out because I'm like, yo, I don't want this as a distraction. So I would stick to like real TV shows still. And then 14, 15, I binged through Naruto in like a month and a half. Everything's from start to finish.
Yeah, I dedicated grade 6, 7, 8 summers binge watching Bleach, Naruto, and One Piece just to catch up.
Wow. Didn't
Dude,
go outside, eh?
yo, in the room, blanket over, bro.
Bro, when I was younger, I remember I had this one summer, like my fat summer. I call it my fat summer because like I literally stayed inside and played Counter-Strike. You
Yeah,
heard of that game?
yeah.
Counter-Strike? CS?
I played Counter-Strike. I've played Counter-Strike, yeah.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Bro, just like CS
I
1.6 too. I was just trying to
get it.
get it down. I'm like, yo, let me get these headshots. Like these guys are nailing me. I don't know how they're doing it. Like spent like 2 months. Like I remember I had like this 1 or 2 times that where I got so good. Like I just like people I thought I was hacking because you know when you get so good you just like get gunshot. It's like headshot,
Oh, yeah.
headshot. But
You know,
but it was a
I
fluke
swear.
because it never happened regularly, and I was
Mhm.
like shit. And then
Dude,
I
I
gave up.
remember, it's funny you mention that. Like 2 years ago, I remember like in college, they have, I think we still have it. Um, we ran like there'd be kids that run like Counter-Strike LAN parties in our library. So
Yeah.
you'd have like the last 2 rows filled with like these kids just running Counter Strike, and like they'd have their own like server and everything. I'm like, what the heck? And then you have like League of Legends and all that kind of stuff. But hey
Yeah.
man, I get it. I get it. Um,
Yeah. So okay. So man, what do you think about? By the way, my does this
oh,
actually look like a UA uniform or what?
you do. Yeah, like it's okay. So what would you? So speaking of UA, what would your court be if you could?
My
Like if
quirk?
you want,
Oh, come
yeah,
on! Don't even
like
start with me.
no,
Obviously.
let's do two-part question. Two-part question, right? A,
Okay.
what would your
Okay.
corporate be? And do you think it'd be strong enough for you to get into UA?
Okay. That's like, yo, bro. You just like bombarded me with a heavy question. Like I'd have to do some. Okay. So I'm very like I speak out loud, so you might think I'm extroverted, but I'm very analytical. So I was like, I'm like, when Deku goes into like writing mode and it's like
Oh yeah, that's you.
that's
That's literally
that's
you.
literally me, right?
Oh, it's aggravating, but yeah, it's you.
I don't do it in front of people. I just like he does. I do it like behind the scenes. So it's like, okay, bro, that's such a loaded question. I have to analyze. Okay, first of all, here's what's underrated and like just has not leveled up in a long time. Shoto Todoroki. Because he has the ability to surpass Endeavor and surpass All Might. Because
Are
he's
you
literally made for that purpose.
You're caught
Huh?
up on the manga? You're caught up on the manga?
Yeah, yeah.
I think his moment's coming.
It's not there yet,
No, you know
right?
what? You know what it is? He needs a catalyst.
Bro, I
He needs
think,
to see, he needs
yeah.
to see his dad actually get Millie rocked, and then it's a switch
Oh,
because he
yo,
keeps
could
tapping
we
into it,
do
right?
a theory on this? Endeavor dies.
Yeah, and then Shoto becomes the actual hero.
Oh my God. Because, okay, if we think about this for a second, I think we just came up with something.
I think we
You
definitely know.
literally said he needs a catalyst.
He needs a catalyst.
Endeavor just became a good person.
Yep. And now the relationship's slowly coming back, right? He's making peace with the mom. He's sending letters.
He's
But
he's trying to
he's
redeem
coming back.
himself and be a better person, and he really is doing really well that way.
Yeah.
And like is putting his life on the line to save the country with the Nomu.
Mm-hmm.
Then he literally, bro, is like almost he dies literally, and Shoto bends to his knees and goes, "Thanks." You remember that moment? He goes, "Thank God," right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
or whatever, like just sigh of relief.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Shoto
Yeah.
cares.
For a second, I
You
thought you
know,
did the thinking thing. I was like, oh, we're thinking pose. Let's go.
yeah, but he literally went down on knee, like on
Yeah.
his heels, right,
Yeah.
ankles. Sorry, on the balls of his feet, and just went down. It's like when Endeavor
Yeah.
destroyed him.
So
So,
really
bro, like it makes sense. So he's a catalyst. He's being liked. You can see that Shoto cares about him in that
starting to care.
moment, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Clearly, he cares. He doesn't. He hasn't forgiven him, but he doesn't want him to die.
Yeah, because what Shoto's realizing is that he has, as much as he wants to fight it, he has a lot of similarities with his dad, right? Which is something that every father and son can kind of relate to, right? As much as we want to be different from our own dads, we're very similar. And he's realized, I think he's slowly starting to realize that not only does he have half his powers, but half of himself is in him. So I think it's going to be like it might be like I think like it's going to be a passing on the torch, not only for Shoto, but I think it's also going to be for Bakugo as well, only because he's getting mentored under Endeavor, more or less.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. I think so. So in terms of what would be my quirk, bro, like I'm just thinking about it. Like he's one of the contenders, but he's so underrated. So underrated.
Someone wrote.
Sorry, not underrated. He's just so he like
He hasn't
unused
popped off.
unused potential. There's so much unused potential there that it's like baffling. Clearly, the most OP guy in there is Deku, right?
Yeah, character makes sense.
So, like, if we're looking at it from the standpoint of like, what's the most powerful quirk there is? It's either all for one or one for all. Obviously, right?
Okay.
Quirk wise, that looks sick.
Yeah, I got the headband. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
That's-
nice. You literally look like Jin Mori from like God of High
That's the
School.
vibes. That's the vibes. Ever since I've been reading God of High School, I probably bought these like a week after. 'cause I
Bro,
wanted-
that's so sick. Are those what company is that? That's weird.
It's Manta sleep mask. They have like these
Oh, okay,
little
it's a
like
sleep mask. Okay. I'm
It's
like,
like
what
black
is that? Like,
Yeah.
is that actually? I thought it was like a Jin Mori cosplay thing. It's just like this guy just got a different color.
Yeah.
Yo, so okay, so you put a heavy question in front of me. But if I have to choose right off the bat, Deku's power, Shota Todoroki's power, right,
Uh-huh.
and
Yeah.
then there is you know who turned out to be really fucking crazy is Hawk.
Yeah. I have some theories on Hawk.
The guy is a monster. And okay, so he's one of my favorite characters because the amount of sacrifice he's put in is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, look, so he's like a triple betrayal, but all for positive change.
He's a triple
so
essentially. Yeah.
right, like he's just like, okay, so I'm gonna pretend to be good, but I'm actually bad, but I'm actually really good.
Yeah.
Right?
Literally.
Like it's crazy. Right? So
Yeah.
Hawk just has so much respect, and he's like, he doesn't have the strongest quirk, I would say, but is just real like savage.
Honestly, Hawk is a lot like Itachi.
Yes.
He's very
and his
very
intelligence is actually much like Itachi's.
Yeah, because
he's planning like 9 steps ahead, and like sees things
he's
coming.
This guy's planning mid-fight. Like what? Who does that?
You nailed it. I think the Itachi. He's the Itachi of My Hero Academia. You know what? That's another video for us. Hawk is the Itachi. I think we'll make an Instagram post about this one. Hawk is the Itachi for My Hero Academia. No, what I mean? I think that makes so much sense. So okay. So let's just go back to bro. Why do you mess me up with this question? Okay, you go first, bro. You answer it.
Okay. So my power would be a mix of. Okay.
Oh, we can do mixes. Okay, that changes it up.
Shoto has 2 powers. Mans can't have 2 powers. What's going on?
I know. Okay.
Right.
Why not?
So mine will be 2. Mine will be the black hole power, and the teleportation power. So like, I can portals. So I can do a portal where I can like my boys can come in.
Yeah. What's the portal guy's name? My Hero Academia. Yeah. Go on.
Yeah, but like I think that would be because like the black hole, dude. That's
Kurogiri.
Yeah. Kurogiri's power is nuts. Like that portal thing of just like just like popping in everybody.
Oh, by the way, can we talk about it for a second? Sorry to interrupt you. Kurogiri, Aizawa's friend.
Yeah, but like his boy from the day. Yeah, I know. You know what I'm thinking? My here's a lot darker. It's gonna get a lot darker than we think it is.
Bro, and by the way, I don't know if you guys know, you guys should check this out. We made a theory on All for One being Deku's father.
We did, yes.
Has a potential. And, it's a theory. Like, we all have our opinions. But it's like, when you put together the facts, like, it seems like it might even be possible. Like, you're 75% like, oh, shit, I think All for One is going to turn out to be Deku's father.
Let's hash that a little bit, right? Because it makes sense. Think about it. All for One went for Shigaraki. Why? Because it's the mentor's kid of All Might, right? So All Might plays on a much more deeper psychological level than All for One plays on a much more deeper psychological level than All Might does. Because All Might is just quintessential hero, just gonna rush in.
Yeah, he's a straight line. He's a straight line.
100%. All for One is more like Lex Luthor, where he's a lot more planned and calculated. Dude, let's think about it this way. what is gonna be your biggest like let's look at levels of betrayal, right? Not only do you have your mentor's son as your biggest like adversary, but now you have your enemy's son as your successor, bro. Like if he can flip that bro, that'd be
So
nuts.
I think it makes like crazy sense. It's like, now here's the thing. So Horikoshi is a big fan of Star Wars,
Huge fan of Star Wars.
right? And Star Wars, you know, I forgot the bad guy's
Darth
name, but Darth Vader turns out to be
Luke's dad.
Luke's dad.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of similarities between like the story and like the twists of Star Wars and Hero Academia. And like we talk about this in detail. You know, we'll put a link down below. Yeah. You guys can check it out.
Ooh,
you
I have
know,
a question.
Yeah. But I think you're still continuing on your quirk, by the way. So don't forget that.
Oh yeah. So it'd be the black hole quirk, right? Where I can kind of like absorb, suck everything. Because that's just like you can't like what are you gonna do?
And the teleport. So that's your thing. What was you said it was a 2-part question, right? It was first was what's your quirk, and
oh yeah, and do you think the quirk like will qualify to getting into UA, right? Because you have to go through.
Oh yeah.
Because quirks are kind of classified into like I don't believe it's a class system, but it's kind of like quirks. One quirk is more stronger than the other,
okay.
right?
Mm-hmm. So obviously, Brent, I'm gonna have to go with Deku's quirk.
Really?
Because it's just like, look what he has. He has 8 quirks in the bag, just waiting to come out. By the way, so manga spoilers. By the way, guys, we're just giving you guys a fair warning. We're gonna talk about the manga right now. So if you've been watching anime and you haven't read up to the manga, if you want to skip ahead, it would be now. But basically, Deku has got the Black Whip coming out right now, right? And Flow. He's got Flow coming out, which is Nana Shimura's quirk, right? And he's gonna get like 6 other quirks, I think, or 5 other quirks that are still in the bag. Like he's got the most OP right now, other than Shigaraki, which was chemically engineered. But he's gonna be the most OP like thing ever existed in any and all of anime, almost, right? Like it's crazy. Now,
I feel like Shigaraki might get close though. I feel like because the way Shigaraki's kind of going right now in the manga.
I think Shigaraki's even more right now.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like, because he has, we haven't even seen his quirks that he has in the bag. He already has like his quirk to begin with is like one of the most deadliest quirks to decay anything at any time, right?
Yeah, it's deadly.
Right now, then he has. This is not even a quirk. His body's as strong as All Might's without a quirk.
Yeah, and it regenerates too, right?
And he has regeneration.
So his body's pretty much built like an advanced gnome, which is nuts. So
I think he's actually more OP than Deku right now for sure. We just don't know what's Deku's like future right now. We just don't know what he holds. So it's like,
because the thing with Deku is like Deku does not care of throwing his life on the line, which you don't. I mean, like you see with anime characters, but like with Deku,
which is key.
Yeah,
I think key for why people love him so much, which is key for like a main character. Like, I think man, I don't know what have you had like, have you been in a position in your life where you're willing to die for something? Yeah, Manny?
Handful of times, yeah.
Yeah? Like what's the situation?
Die for something? I mean, it'd be like, I guess like some family stuff. Like that's kind of like if we feel like
I wouldn't say like that's exactly. For example, like let's just say family stuff, right? But for me, like I remember when I was in sales, right? And this is like 2013, 2014 when I first got into sales, my first real job in sales. And I just wanted to be so good, right? And you've done a similar sales job, right? I used to sell cell phones at a mall. You've done that as well.
Yeah.
And like the want to be good at sales is pretty great. The want.
Oh my God, it's great.
Right? Bro, my want was so big. Like nobody, I beat everybody by a mile in the country. Like the reason I beat everybody.
Yeah, give a little more background on like your sales thing, because like it's
okay. Yeah, you're right. So guys, I used to be the number 1 salesman in Canada for T-Booth and Wireless Wave in the year 2014. And this is like out of like 3,100 employees, and like December is like the 1 month where you go off for cell phone sales. Is that for your your company as well, right? December was like the month. So
Massive.
in December, I took like the other two top guys in the country, and I was like probably the top 5 in that time in November, and I made a bet with them, and I was like, guys, let's make a bet, $200 each, put it in the pot, winner takes all. And by the way, I haven't beat these guys. I haven't beat these guys ever in my tenure in the company for a year and a half. I've never beat them, but I made a bet with them in November that in December, the Olympics of cell phone sales, that I'd beat them.
Yeah.
I make the bet, I walk away, right? And bro, so I see where Deku comes from, like being a hero, and I can see, when people are like, you got to put your life on the line, man. I was willing to die.
Yeah.
My drive was so strong to win. And you know what? It came from being the best to wanting to be the best at the skill and being effective to the level where I wanted to master the craft, that I'm like, I'm willing to die.
Yeah.
And it would never happen in that situation in a mall.
No.
It would never.
The mentality.
And that was like my secret that nobody else knew. And I'm revealing it on like the podcast just because we're being candid and stuff, and you're my boy, and like whatever. It's just, I think like I don't really reveal this one, but I think that was the reason that nobody stood a chance. And I beat, like, so my record was 425 in 1 month.
Yeah. Nuts.
The guy below me was 380 or 375. The guy below him was like 350, right?
My maximum month was like 120. Like, that's ridiculous to me.
Yeah, but at that time they were cores. So like, for example, like, so it was more like, realistically, like 275 to 300 CTNs.
Okay.
CTNs are a number.
Yeah.
So like, if you get a phone number, it's a CTN. So 200 to 300 cell phones, but some plans you'll get 2 cores and stuff like that.
Or you can throw people on and everything. Yeah.
Right. So a tablet and a phone would sometimes turn into 4s.
So I think it's a mix of that, and I also think it's very similar to Luffy. It's like where you kind of just, I think mentally you kind of just like locked in that like, I'm gonna be the best salesperson. I'm gonna beat them, and it's your own version of I'm gonna become Pirate King. And I think you just imprinted that so deeply. So I think it wasn't you died. It was just like in your head, you're like, I'm gonna become Pirate King, and then you just shut everything off, right? It's kind of like anytime Luffy
that's exactly it, bro. And like, he's willing to die every time if you realize this.
He doesn't care. Why? He shuts off. You can tell.
Shuts off. And that one time he was about to die.
Yeah, in Imperial Down, he was getting out. He was poisoned. He should have died.
No, sorry, that's the second time. There's a time before. Actually, he's about to die like several times now that I think about it. But in the manga, so again, manga spoilers again. In the manga, recently with the zombie disease in the prison, right. You know what I'm talking about? That's number 3. And number 1 is when he was about to get cut off on the same cutting off where Goldie Roger was decapitated, right? So, and his dad saved him. Dragon saved him that time. Yeah. But bro, and you nailed it, bro. It's 100% that. It's like the drive. It's I can't explain it in words. There's no point. There's no point. I'm not even gonna try.
So, okay, I think I can kind of help since I nailed it. It's the minute. So it's the reason why main characters do so well is because they have a very, very clear mission, and it's a very simple mission. It is so simple that it sounds ridiculous to any person you tell it to. Hence why anytime Luffy says anytime Luffy screams, "I want to become Pirate King," people laugh, right? But they're like, "Yo, you know what? Tier 4 Luffy? Yeah. What? Red Hawk? You kidding me?" They don't know. So it's asked the same thing for Black Clover, right? As long as you lock in your head that like, I'm gonna become Wizard King, I'm gonna become Pirate King, you shut everything else down and it's just tunnel vision and you just keep going. Right?
And nobody laughs at him anymore about the Pirate King.
No,
not anymore.
Exactly. But like this is
now it's a real threat. They're like, oh, are you trying to be so now they're all fighting him because they don't want him to be Pirate King. Crazy. First they laugh at you, then they take you seriously, right? And then they want to become you. What is it? First they laugh at you. What's that? That quote, right? First they laugh at you,
and then they want to join you or something like that. Something like that.
I think the join you is the last one. First they laugh at you. Then they copy you.
Then I join.
First, yeah, something like that. Anyways, who cares? You get the joke. Oh yeah, Mahatma Gandhi said that actually. First they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they fight you, then you win. Wow. I don't know.
A good example of that would be Luffy's Grand Fleet. He Millie rocked every single captain of the Grand Fleet. Now they're part of the Grand Fleet.
I know.
What?
It's crazy. But what were we talking about? Yeah, the quirk wise, man. I would definitely pick Deku's because like it's just too OP to not now. Now I'm gonna counter question you, bro. And I think we should keep this as the last like question, maybe, because I don't know how long we've been going for, but we'll do a last question. I'm gonna counter question you, and then we'll do rapid fire round for people. Okay. So my question is, okay, we know what quirk you'd want. Now, who's the character you respect the most?
Lemillion.
Oh,
bro.
Oh my god. Oh, okay. You nailed that answer, bro. I don't even want you to say like it's so good. Like we don't even need to say why. It's just like it's just like that is the truth, man.
Yo,
that guy is the oh my god, bro.
This guy, he did not miss a beat. A beat losing his power, bro.
I know everybody who watches My Hero Academia just felt that, bro.
Like, let's go.
Bro, that ninja is just something else.
And then
just like a 3-second moment of silence for Lemillion, okay?
He's not dead. What?
Just because he lost his power, but just like he's so good, you want to be speechless for like
dude, he's coming back. He's getting his power back. Like
no, he's the guy is just a beast. Like he deserves it.
Guy's a beast.
Okay, so
if he doesn't get his power back, he's probably gonna get some next power back. Like who knows, right? Like with now that you can inject quirks and stuff, he's probably gonna get some next level power. Who knows?
Yeah. So your character is Lemillion.
My character is Lemillion. Yeah.
Okay.
All Might too, because like All Might's such a good he runs so much for Superman, and like I'm just like aside from
All Might's
anime,
almost like OG, right? Like you can't not.
Eraserhead's good too, man. Like it's bro.
Aizawa is in my like top 3, bro.
It's good. Like,
yeah.
He's
okay. So here's mine. Ready? Who do you think it is?
Let's see here. Bakugo.
Okay, so let me tell you the story about Bakugo, bro. Till last year, he was never like my favorite character.
You did not like Bakugo. You're like
I didn't like Bakugo because he was negative, and he's like putting people down. He's yelling at people. I just don't like that. I'm not that way, so I don't respect it. Right?
Yep.
Probably the person I respected the most was Aizawa first. I respected most, then Lemillion. No, I think then Bakugo, then Lemillion. Lemillion is just a G. Aizawa is just like the original G to teach everybody what you're capable of, even with like a small quirk. You could be like a top hero, amazing teacher, amazing idol.
Yeah.
And like the guy's will is like he'll fight like 10 like villains.
Bro.
Like just like arm broken, no problem. Like whatever it takes. I'm gonna save these kids, whatever it takes, right? And you know how some people are like, whatever it takes, like I'm willing to die. There's a higher levels, like I'm not even letting myself die. And I'm still making sure like he's because Deku goes in like, okay, I'll die, that's fine.
Yeah.
Aizawa goes in,
I'm not dying because I need to live for these kids.
If he goes, if I die, I'm okay, but I'm not even letting death catch me. Like I'm not gonna let death catch me. Yeah. And I'm like, he's just the next level.
Yeah, because Aizawa's through and through an amazing teacher because he's totally fine with dying. I mean, like he's brushed death multiple times. I think what helps him push past death is not going to catch me is because he needs to live for his students, right? Because without him,
I think so.
Right? Because look at the forgot the guy's name, but like he has a tape on his elbows, like tape quirk.
Oh yeah.
First time you see that quirk, you're like, okay, you got scotch tape on your elbows. Cool.
Yeah.
Zawa took it, is like, yo, sick. Now you can use it. You can bounce around here, you can do that kind of thing. And like Zawa was like that.
Sero. The guy's
Sero.
name is Sero. Yeah.
So he took like a ridiculous quirk, like, oh, I have tape on my elbows, and he made it sick. Now it's like I can trap people, I can use it to like jump around and stuff. I can use it for speed. Like he made it so much more adaptable than just like I scotch tape on my elbows, right? So he's become so invaluable member of the UA team where like you can't die.
It's crazy. I 100%. As I was just OJ. Okay, so Bakugo, you guessed it right. You're a beast, bro. You really know me well. Okay, why do you think I like Bakugo?
Let's see. I think now you like Bakugo because
why'd you guess that?
Why did I guess Bakugo? I mean, aside from us talking before, I think it's the glimpse into this hard exterior of like him actually being like a good kid, like him like being an asshole, kind of like screaming at Deku, calling him profanity, like just doing all God knows what to Deku. He still idolizes the same hero. It's like he's very similar to Deku, right? He's very, very similar to Deku. He just has a much more tougher exterior because, I mean, his mom's a badass. So like,
his mom's a straight hot male, like super badass, like super pretty, like can cook up a storm.
We might have to have an episode of our top 10.
Oh, we need to talk about Bakugo's mom. Like, you know why I'm putting that on the notes? We're making a Bakugo's mom post and like episode and like a video, maybe, like, you know what I mean? Like we'll do a podcast, an Instagram post, and a YouTube like separate video on like the Koti Anime main channel of like just Bakugo's mom. Like, you know what I mean? So anyways, man, here's why I really love Bakugo, right? So Manny's like talking while Manny's talking. Bakugo is okay. Yo, Bakugo is just, here's why. So this is why people understand why I like Bakugo. My favorite characters are Guy Sensei from Naruto. That's like my number one, right?
Out of hearing Guy Sensei's name come out of your mouth, goddamn.
Rock Lee, right? So I love characters who start with nothing, like have no abilities and are able to like just like destroy like records and so Naruto like starts off with like Kurama, like that's like the most powerful Jinchuriki in the game.
So
right. So he has a hard time. Yes, you can't deny that. But Guy literally has a dad who also passes away, by the way, when he's real young. Doesn't even have a mom. Right. And the guy is the only one able to come close without the help of Hagurama to give him special abilities.
That's true.
The only one with natural, straight, hard work, determination, discipline, will, like, just top that, bro. Just top that. Anybody with that level of power with effort and work. Itachi comes into play. We can talk about that, but Itachi had natural abilities.
Yeah, Itachi was naturally a brilliant kid. So that's
right. He was born with natural ability. That's like the guy had no ninjutsu, just in case we forgot. 0.
Yeah, he had nothing. Yeah.
Genjutsu, 0.
Yeah.
Taijutsu, mediocre. Starts with.
Yeah.
That's your starting point, bro. And you're the most powerful without any power-ups in the whole series.
Yeah.
Without any power-ups, bro. Like,
yeah, sure.
The guy had no help from Hagurama. He had no stolen eye from Obito. Obito, right?
Obito, yeah.
And he's competing with a guy who's a copy ninja whose dad is the great the white
wolf of the village.
Hatake. What's it? Hisake? What is it? Tachi's dad.
His dad, bro. I think it's Hatake.
Sakuma Hatake. Just looked it up. Bro, the guy has like the legendary dad, right? Like White Fang.
Yeah.
White Fang.
Yeah.
White Fang of the Leaf. And, like, he has the white fang of the leaf as a dad, and he gets a Sharingan, and this is the guy he competes with to beat all the time. Like, okay, so to me, this is why I the characters I respect the most are the ones who start with this skill level, 0, and are and have the ability to compete or beat guys at the highest level. I'll never respect anybody else more in my life. So Bakugo doesn't have the most fanciest quirk. It's good. It's a good quirk. You know what I mean? Same with Lemillion, right? Lemillion too.
Yeah.
But like, for example,
it's more useful than Lemillion. Lemillion, I think, is a little bit more so like Guy Sensei, because he took a very I can go through stuff quirk and made it sick.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't deny it, because like he doesn't have super strength or anything either, but neither does Bakugo. I just like Bakugo more because Lemillion, I think, was capping out of his potential. Right? Like, he was touching the ceiling, I think, near recently till he lost his power.
Only because we saw him at top 3, right? We haven't followed him.
So exactly. We don't know. But for me, I know for a fact that Bakugo's will is indomitable.
Yeah.
Right? Bakugo's will, like, if Lemillion fought Deku and he lost, like, you could see him losing. Be like, Bakugo won't lose to Deku.
He refuses to lose.
Right? So Bakugo's will is a whole nother level, which is why I respect him more. Like, and I know for a fact, if Deku turns out to be the number 1 hero, which he is going to be, we all know that. That's the first line in the in the start of the anime, right? This is my story of how I became the number 1 hero, right? So he's gonna be number 1 hero, obviously. But I know for a fact Bakugo is number 2. Like,
I'm gonna say it's gonna be a Deku Bakugo tag team. So he's gonna have
something like that. And let's not forget about the movie where he got all for one for a second, for a hot sec.
Yeah, I'm not ready for that. I'm like, I don't know about that.
Yeah. Do you see that movie or what?
I didn't see the movie, but I'm like, that scene when he just split and he was like, bro, what? And then when I gets 9, bro, what?
Bro, that movie just had me, bro. Had me. Anyways, I think we've been going on for a while now. I think I want to do the rapid fire round.
Sure. Yeah, go for it.
And we can end the podcast. So I think for the people who don't know rapid fire, I think Manny's first time doing it too. So I'll explain it a bit. So basically it's we rapid fire questions, bam, bam, bam. And the contestant, whoever is getting asked, has to answer top of mind. Like, you can't think about it, just right away as fast as you can, right? If I ask you milk, what's the first word that comes to your mind?
Nesquik. I don't know. Chocolate milk.
Nesquik? Okay, yeah. Chocolate milk. There you go. So just like that, rapid fire round. I'm gonna throw off some questions right to Manny. Okay. Manny's gonna throw some off to me. And here we go, guys. So rapid fire round for Manny. Are you ready?
Questions.
Sorry?
Jokes would be if we ended up writing down the same questions.
That'd be jokes. But it doesn't matter because you still gotta ask the other one.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
That's hilarious. Okay. So should I ask you first?
Go for it.
Okay. So Manny,
please.
My boy, my ninja. We're gonna start rapid fire round in 3, 2, 1.
Gong.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Favorite male protagonist?
Kakashi.
Wow, Kakashi. Okay, yeah. Top waifus of the last decade.
The last decade, Elizabeth, 7 Deadly Sins.
7 Deadly Sins. Okay, waifus. Give me 2 more.
2 more. Ezra from Fairy Tail, the redhead chick.
Oh, Urza, you mean? Yeah.
I also Robin.
Oh, Robin. Nico Robin, eh? She's a classic, bro. Okay. Daddy. Top 3 anime of your life. Change your life.
Change my life?
Yeah. Come on. It's quick.
Naruto Shippuden, Bleach, Cowboy Bebop.
Cowboy Bebop is in there. Damn. That's a surprise. Yeah. Okay. Favorite anime influencer in the game right now? Top 2 to 3.
Top 2 the anime influencers. Of course, the
It,
anime. Of course.
it,
Are
it could be apart from us. It could be on Instagram. It could be on any platform, TikTok, anything.
So, I mean, mostly my anime stuff I usually get from YouTube. So, it'll be like BDA Law from YouTube,
Okay.
Tekking, it's really good, and then King of
Tekking I've
Lightning.
watched.
Yeah,
I
King
haven't
of
seen the
Lightning.
other two. I haven't seen BDA Law or King of Lightning. I think King of Lightning is a black guy.
Black guy. The BDA Law Black guy as well.
Oh, really? Okay. I gotta check those guys out. Okay. Top 3 Naruto characters you could be right off the top of your head.
Neji, Obito, Itachi.
Wow. Okay, we're gonna have to go into deep into why in the next episode for this one for sure. Just because that's just crazy. Okay. Top 2 anime you're most excited of the new seasons for.
New seasons 4, bro. Tower of God. It's gonna be nuts. Haikyuu season 4. That's gonna be ridiculous. And Food Wars season 5.
Yo, no, kill me, bro. Me too, bro. Because I'm caught up right now.
It's all right.
Dude, the final battle of
I know. It's oh god. I'm freaking out. Now he's finally ranked. Oh god.
Erina Nakari versus what's his name? The pink haired guy. I forgot the name. You forgot the names too. I just how do you forget the name? Because here's the problem. We watch so many.
I watch so many. Yo, I'm like anytime I see they use some names.
So why are the names not memorable in anime? Like, why am I just realizing this?
I don't know why. Because me and you watch easily 10 to 15 animes in a span of a week, and we probably read more. Like we.
Okay, bro. Found his name. Sorry, bro. You're right. Soma Yukihira.
Soma, bro. Come on. The show's called Soma. Come on. What am I doing?
Erina Nakari versus Erina Nakari. That battle. I've been waiting my whole life for that battle. Like, come on.
Yeah, that egg, bro. His first battle with him, blew out of the water, bro. I'm like, Soma's my guy.
He's so good.
The amount of cooking I've done because of that show now. Oh my goodness.
Really? Yo, apparently there's like people have made real recipes from the show.
Yeah. They'll recreate everything. Binging with Babish is not enough. Yeah, there's a lot of really cool YouTube creators that made them.
Wow. Okay, well that was my last question, bro. So
my
rapid fire round for you is done.
Okay, so favorite jutsu.
Okay, off the top of my head,
favorite jutsu.
It's gonna be, I think, the clone jutsu. Just
Favorite
because it's like favorite summoning.
Jutsu.
Oh, favorite summoning jutsu, like character that shows up.
Character. Let's do that.
Favorite summoning would probably be I'm not gonna lie, Boruto with the snake.
Yeah.
It's such a sick mix.
Yeah, because it's like
right. It's like
nice.
It's like because it's Sasuke's even like
it's
rebel energy. Sasuke's rebel energy.
I know. And Boruto's such a brat. Okay. What character has the best drip in your opinion?
Best
drip. Like
drip.
Yeah.
Okay, that's an easy Kakashi, bro. Kakashi is like swag master for the ladies.
Okay. Favorite anime hair color.
Okay, now you're just gonna make me say everything about like Kakashi, bro. You know what? I'm gonna go with something different here. Okay, we'll go with
Keep going.
There's Bleach Ichigo with orange, bro. That's probably my most favorite. But I'll go with I think it's gotta be white. Kakashi, man. He's just too cool. Okay. White. Okay. Yeah.
Favorite Japanese word.
Word?
Yeah.
Hands down for now, it's because of One Piece. So gay.
I guess a good one. If you could have an anime power, what would it be?
Anime power. I think we talked about the quirk, right? I think if our world, I can ask you with like, okay, if we were to turn into a world, then I'd probably try to turn into like a Saiyan. I'd want to be a Saiyan, I think. Because the possibilities are limitless. They could just grow and grow and grow, and they don't age. And like, you can eat as much as you want. Like, I think
that's true. I probably want to have Bankai for me too. That'd be sick.
Oh, really?
I have my own little like I'm tight. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Okay, and last question. What is your favorite anime weapon?
Whoopin.
Weapon.
Weapon. Okay, Zoro's swords are pretty sick.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to go with Sashorumu. Well, you know what? No. I'm gonna have to go with Inuyasha's Tetsaiga.
What? Okay, Tessaga's a good one. It's a good
Because
one.
it like evolved and it had so many. That was, I think, that weapon. You know how people have character development, so that thing had weapon development,
Fact. Fact. You could have done the show just on the blade. Honest to Christ.
right? Like the blade, like at the end, it ended up. Did you finish the anime?
I didn't finish the anime.
It ended up with a dark hole.
No, that's sick. I was so happy.
Yeah, right. Crazy, man. This is crazy. I think this is it, guys. We'll call it from here. Manny, you want to do like a sign out for the
All right, ninjas. Thank you so much for tuning in to the very first episode.
Thank you.
Of the Anime Gong Podcast. Super glad that you guys could stay with us. If you stayed until this long in the podcast, make sure you like, subscribe, share with any of your weeb friends. We're one of the fastest growing anime communities out here, and we want to try to stay on. So, see you ninjas in the next session.
My boys, take care. Ernie
Later.
signing off.
Mango Manny signing off.
Later, boys and girls.
And girls. And weebs.
And weebs. Later, guys.
All right. Perfect.